Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, during a recent edition of the Bro Malley podcast, Sean O'Malley broke down the recent fight between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. O'Malley believes Usman made a huge mistake going into the fight.
Damn, Leon did it. Even though I thought it could be a draw because the one round got a point deducted, but the fact that he won a decision and got a point deducted,
that's intense.
That was so impressive.
He just looked confident, like something different from that first fight.
Yeah, they say once you become champ, you go up 20-30%. Your skill level, your confidence, just everything. I mean, yeah, I remember when I beat Alfred on the Contender Series. I was like, and I got into the UFC. I automatically just felt my skills were just better, confident. So yeah, Leon, dude, I love seeing a striker out beat a grappler. I love seeing that. And I think he only got taken out 4 times. Nothing really going on the takedowns. I think Kamaru talking about how bad his knees were.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine going into a fight with someone just scary. You don't know shit about him. You just know they're a bad. But now you're going into a fight with him. And you're like, oh, he can hardly walk. His knees are so bad. Imagine how it makes you feel a lot different. So I think he kind of talking about how bad his knees are.
Michael Bisping gives his take on the UFC's pound-for-pound rankings. Bisping agrees that John Jones is deserving of the #1 spot over Alexander Volkanovski. Here's the clip.
And to be honest, who cares about the pound for pound? It's an invisible thing. It's just an opinion-based thing. There's no belt. There's no trophy. But it is nice. I mean, I would have loved to have been able to claim that I was the pound for pound #1 on the planet. I mean, what a beautiful thing that is. But yeah, he's seen the bigger picture. John Jones, in my opinion, is that man. You know, Dana White said that. I think everybody agrees. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna retire as the consensus GOAT, like there's no Khabib argument where he didn't stick around and defend his title long enough, right? Like there's no GSP argument where he lost to Matt Serra out of nowhere, like these random ones. Every other person you would put in that GOAT conversation, you can hit a but. And the only thing for Jones is the picograms. It's the stuff outside of the cage. It's whatever. But inside that octagon, he's untouchable.
Drew Dober gives his take on a potential rematch between Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. Here's what Dober had to say during an interview with the Schmo.
Let's talk about a Colorado guy, Justin Gaethje. We just saw UFC 286 in London. He beat Rafael Fiziev. What do you make of that matchup, and what do you make of his victory?
Yeah, I thought the fight happened exactly what I thought it was. Fiziev is very talented, technical, and athletic in the first round, but Justin, with his unorthodox power strikes and veteran status, he was definitely going to win in the later rounds, and it showed.
So where does he go from here? Because obviously he's not next for a title shot, but he's working his way back up. What's next for Justin Gaethje, you think?
Rematch with Dustin Poirier. I think we all want to see it. That first one was a banger, and I think they both deserve it. And the winner of that fight does some bigger things. I mean, most entertaining. That's Justin Gaethje by far. I mean, every single fight he's in, and Dustin Poirier. So that's why that rematch really needs to happen. In the lightweight division, I think those two guys are killing it. Weight classes outside of that, Israel Adesanya and Pereira, those two are monsters, and so I'm excited for that match too.
John McCarthy believes Conor McGregor's time as the most influential star in the UFC has come and gone. Here's what John had to say during a recent edition of the Weighing In podcast.
Always. There will be someone that takes the place of every person. Everybody
Who did
is replaceable.
There's always somebody there to replace you. I get that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the star power of which Conor brings, Khabib brings, guys that have been there, GSP.
They absolutely bring a star power. But GSP is where right now?
Living in his probably big mansion, just chilling.
But
chilling, probably.
Again, at one point in time, he was the UFC's shining star.
Yep.
And he's gone.
The MMA community has been divided over whether or not Colby Covington deserves to be in line for a welterweight title shot ever since Dana announced it last weekend. Brendan Schaub gives his opinion on why Colby is next in line. Here's the clip.
Conspiracies get me in trouble sometimes and make headlines, but does nobody think it's weird that the Masvidal drama, remember he's going to sue him for, hitting him outside that Miami restaurant, all that's gone away? Do you think maybe the UFC went to him and went, hey, drop all that stuff, you come back with your title shot. Drop all that because we need to have Masvidal fight Gilbert Burns. We need to move on. This can delay everything. Drop it and we'll give you a title shot.
Henry Cejudo's coach, Eric Albarracin, believes Kamaru Usman should have taken more time before his rematch with Leon Edwards. Eric raised various concerns about the brain health of Usman during a recent interview. Here's the clip.
Yeah, you know what? I was also really interested in this fight. It's a rematch. It's for a world title. We've been in these situations before. Henry Cejudo versus Demetrius Johnson, but Henry took off 2 years. Henry traveled the world. It wasn't a headshot, so he didn't need to allow his brain to heal, but I think that was part of it. He was anchored so on defending that shot, and I was saying it the whole fight on Henry Cejudo's channel. He set all those body shots were all to set up that headshot, and you know what? He hit it, but thank God Kamaru stopped that one, but he didn't stop the rest of the kicks, and I think we were so focused on stopping the head kick that a lot of other things opened up. A little bit more time to heal his brain. You know, also Patricio Pitbull versus AJ, also a head kick, but he didn't get knocked out. He was still standing, and that he still took 10 months off before the rematch. So sometimes I wish he would have got a couple of fights in before he fought Leon again.
Chael Sonnen gives his take on the recent back and forth between Conor McGregor and USADA. Chael believes Conor is more important to the UFC than USADA.
So, Conor McGregor and USADA. Now, I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite fights. When Conor enters the pool, he will have a 6-month clock, and that clock will start the day that he enters the pool. USADA revealed this. Conor McGregor came out after USADA said this, and he said, man, I'm sick of these guys. Don't go head-to-head with me. Because in an equation of what is important here, you're not it. But I'm sharing with you, I like the battle. They've been called out by the sport's biggest star who says, you are making me look like a liar. You don't matter as much as I do. Where's their response?
Dan Hardy weighs in on the welterweight division and gives his take on who should face Leon Edwards next.
How do you feel about Colby getting that potential title opportunity? Dana says he's next. Leon Edwards says, I don't want to, he's been waiting out for a year. I got removed from the rankings for waiting out for a year. This is Dana White privilege, da-da-da-da-da-da. What do you think about the essentially Colby Covington as a deserving contender? We know he'd do well. Just his style is hard to do it. I talked to Dan Lambert. He's like, dude's got a third lung. It's just the guy just never gets tired. So stylistically, he'd be a problem. Do you think he deserves the opportunity, Dan?
I mean, well, it's anything goes in the UFC, isn't it? I mean, I'll be honest. If I was the UFC, the fight to make would be Masvidal, because I just want to see that fight go down. I don't think Masvidal's a deserving contender at this point, absolutely. But I'd still make it. I mean, Bisping defended his belt against a 43-year-old Dan Henderson. And, that was still a borderline decision. A lot of people thought it went the opposite way. Like he got dropped like 15 times in the first round. It could have been like a 10-4 round. You know what I mean? It was just, It was just a wild.
Oh, I remember it well, dude. Yeah.
The thing is, it's like, like this is the thing with the UFC. Like, of course, we want the rankings adhered to. We want the next contender to get their opportunity. But money talks. If you're a contender, like McGregor might walk into a title shot if he beats Chandler.
At 170.
Hey, whatever.
Where he's never beaten anybody. Yeah, it's absurd.
His head's 145 now. You know what I mean? He's massive. Yeah. But at the same time, money talks. If Masvidal versus Edwards is the next fight, I would watch that, and I'd probably be more excited about it than I would be Colby. And that's just the reality of me talking as a fan.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.